Morning, guys. So I picked up some goods on Sunday and I haven't had a chance to do a video, so I figured I'd do one now. Just got out of work at 6, so I'm in the garage and here we go. First thing we got is a nice vintage soldering iron. This is an American Beauty. Really nice. The cord's in halfway decent shape. It's just a little bit of fraying on the cloth. It's a really nice piece. You can service this. Obviously, the handle unscrews from the base, and the cord is completely replaceable. So I might replace the cord if I can find a nice, one with fabric sheathing. I would want it to be original, but I got this, and I got two other little pieces, and it was $2 for this little pile. Alright, so you saw the soldering iron. With it, I got these two pieces. This is a Utica Tools mini adjustable wrench. 10048. And it looks to be a 3 or 4 inch. It's in really good shape too. Utica Tools, and then I got a set of adjustable mini pliers here, and these are Herbrand. They're the Herbrand 160s. $2 for the 3 items. Not too bad. And I grabbed a oiler can. This one here was for Napa. It's a Ball Camp Incorporated, and it's actually an Eagle can. If we can get the focus, you can see the Eagle engraving. It's got a nice brass tip. Focus. There we go. So I believe this is can 43. I could be a little off. I could be low. Might be 46. Somewhere in the 40s on my collection of oiler cans. And I'm trying to get mostly the pump action ones. I don't like the thumb pump ones as much. But when I come across the can and it's cheap, I pick it up. What else? Okay. I got another one of these Keystone curved wrenches. This one is a little bit different in the shape of the head. Notice specifically the jaws. Notice the width on that. I mean, that's got to be an inch. Let's grab the tape. Bear with me. Let's get a little measurement. Yeah, it's coming in at like right in an inch. I mean, it's so super wide on the head, but it doesn't have the indents. I have this exact wrench, only I believe it might be a newer model. It's a slightly different in the shape of the jaws. The head is much thinner. But how cool is that? I mean, that's just a massive wrench. I love the head on it. Just look at that. It's got some engravings there. It says Keystone Manufacturing, made in USA. So this will be cleaned up. It's in kind of rough shape right now, but I'm kind of fumbling around with that little screw there, if I remember correctly. I just started processing this stuff. I didn't really do too much. All right, next up, I got another Ford USA auto wrench for $1. I have this exact one, and it was also $1. So for $1, I'll pretty much buy this anytime I see it. Pretty cool. Alrighty, Stanley 199. This is my 3rd or 4th Stanley 199. I believe this was $1. Then for $1, I got this little hammer, and it appears to be non-homemade, and it's got a nice, good-sized knurled grip. It's round on one end of the hammer, the business end, and then flat on the other. And it's small, but for $1, I'll put it with the hammer collection. I don't see any maker marks on it anywhere, so it's just a no-name, but decent. Alright. I snagged these 2 industrial wrenches here. And these are cleaning up real nice. You can see this one I started cleaning, but real shiny still. But I like these wrenches, like they have a nice look to them. It's also got a it's probably like a 12-point end there, but this one is 7/8 on the left and 3/4 on the right, and the smaller one is 3/4 on the left and 5/8 on the right. I'll keep picking these up as I see them. And at some point I'll have a set. But they're just decent wrenches. I think these were $1. And this is the Always Super. This was $1. And it's just a jab saw. It's got the original Always blade with it. And it's fairly basic. It's got more or less, this is a set screw. It just locks the blade in. There's little indents that protrude from the actual handle, and there's little holes in the blade. So this is kind of assisted in being fixed into the handle. And then this set screw locks into the center, a larger hole that's in the blade. So it's pretty decent. I just like the look of it for $1. I mean, I gotta run over here. Bear with me. Grab this other piece that I already finished. There it is. Sorry about that. I had one of these pieces I already had finished, processed. For $1, I got a Klein deburring tool. So if you have, conduit or any kind of pipe, you put this in there and you just spin it, and it'll just knock down those little burrs that might be there. And it's a Klein Tools for $1. Okay, and then last, actually not last, second to last. I saved the best for last, but these are Klein cutters. These were $2, and they're in amazing condition. The grips are in great condition as well. I did pop the grips off. There was a little bit of surface rust around the grips, and I didn't want to just clean up until the grips, knowing that there would be some rust under them, so I popped them off. And I'll show you what I do. A lot of times these rubber grips will pop off. It's not always the easiest thing, and what I did was the night before I just sprayed a little bit of liquid wrench around the handle there. And what I do, you see the channel locks, I take the channel locks, and I'm not really gripping too hard on the metal. You don't want to scrape the metal, but I basically just pry up with the channel locks, and it never marks the metal. But again, I'm not leaning, I'm not, really gripping down on that channel lock handle, but just enough to where it's not going to slide above the grip. And a lot of times I'll push up like this with my thumb, and then I'll spin it and do it from the other side, and you just kind of work it around. And just be careful not to squeeze too hard and scratch the metal, although I never have. And that's what works for me. And a lot of these handles, you'd be surprised, they'll pop right off. And my recommendation is, if you can get the handle off, get the handle off. It makes it so much easier. You're not worrying about, you know, wearing out your grips, damaging your grips, and you can get rid of all the rust on the entire tool. So if you can get the grips off, go ahead and do that. Last, I got this nice little screw jack. This is from Auto Specialties, and they're out of St. Joseph's, Michigan. Ironically, the hospital that I was born in is called St. Joseph's Hospital. Anyways, but this was I paid $15, and I got this, and I got a few other tools over there. So really can't say what the price was individually. I got kind of a package price, $15, but this will clean up nicely. What's interesting is that this takes a 1/2-inch drive ratchet, so this can be raised or lowered with your 1/2-inch socket. And I don't know, I might fabricate a handle for it. My other ones don't have handles either, so, but that's not a big deal. It's all there otherwise, and these are cool. I love anything with exposed gears or gears in it. It's just cool looking to me. So let's see what we got on the back side there. And number 41. SJ 340. Alrighty. So that post drill that I picked up not that long ago with the drill press and all the other stuff. I started the cleanup on that. Now I'm going to take the phone off the tripod. Actually, I'm going to try to carry this over on the tripod. That way I can kind of just bear with me here. I'm going to get set up and I'm going to show you the progress on that. Now, these are my makeshift tables. This is actually a table here, but I have the TV table there on some sawhorses. You know, I have 3 workbenches out here, and they're all full. They're just loaded up with tools, so I don't have any space like on a workbench. So I just have to kind of some makeshift table action, and that's all right. But these are the parts that are clean and ready to roll, and they've all been thoroughly cleaned and oiled. I went in there with the Dremel on the gear. I know it's kind of dark over here, but and we got the table, we got the counterweight there, the huge wheel, various parts, and then we're left with. Let me shimmy back over to the light. We're left with this, and it's a work in progress. So I have some disassembly to do yet. From what I understand, this is the chuck. From what I understand, this is threaded on the spindle, although I tried to get it off and had no luck. So this needs to come off, and I need to take this whole thing out, and then I'll be left with more or less the frame. Look at that. Champion Blower and Forge. Lancaster. Yeah, I'll be left with more or less the frame, and then the wood. And the wood's going to be sanded. And what I would like to do for the wood is I'd like to have it kind of like a distressed look. I want it to look like real old. I want it to have like some almost like black burn mark type of designs in it, if that makes any sense. But I'm going to do something neat with that, with the wood. I'm going to keep that piece of wood, most likely. It's in good shape. There's no cracks or anything like that. So I'll definitely keep that piece of wood if I can. And go to town. I got a million different sanders. I got a whole bunch of sandpaper. And that's the game plan. I got a lot going on. I got the Columbia vise going on over there. This whole bench is covered. I mean, this is like look at this bench. I want to show you one thing here, and we'll have a look at this. This drill, you've seen it before. This here is the diamond rapid fire drill. Now, let me see if I can get. I want to be in a position where you can see this better. I can't tell if I'm in the frame or not, but this drill, I thought it was a standard like brace drill. It's a hammer drill, and that's why you hear the loud clanging noise. Is this doesn't spin, but it from what I understand, it pushes down. It like hammers down. So this wouldn't be like a spinning chuck of any sort. It more or less would be a hammering motion. So you put your bit in there and you spin that, and it hammers down. And I'd have to assume it makes a hole. I mean, it wouldn't just not work. But I learned that online. But I paid $3 or $4 for this. I think $3. So yeah, that's just a cool piece. I mean, hopefully that was all in frame. Yeah, it most likely was. But yeah, this is on deck as well. I want to get something going with this. I don't know how you would get a bit to stay in there. That's got to be threaded right there, and you put a set screw in there. But for $3, if you're a tool fanatic and you like old tools, and you pass on this for $3, there's something wrong. I mean, how do you not buy this for $3? I did a little bit of light cleanup, just a few areas to see what's going on underneath it, but yeah, that thing's cool. You probably piss your neighbors off if you play around with this thing too much. Fortunately, I have cool neighbors, and I've never heard a gripe from either of them as far as noise, but I'm pretty polite. Like, it's, you know, what, 7 in the morning right now, but I'm not going to turn any power tools on. And if I do, I always close the garage door behind me so they can't, you know, it muffles it a little bit. But that's it. I'm gonna get a little bit done in here and then hit the sack, get some sleep. Back to work tonight. One more shift, and I'm off 2 nights. You guys, I appreciate you as always. Hope you stay tuned for more. I got a million things going on and a million more videos to come. Have a great day. Thank you.